Everybody wants to know what they can do to be happier. We crave some combination of lessons, tricks, inspiration, goals, strategies, life hacks, pills, or even apps that will help us add more happiness and well-being to our lives. But what if happiness was less about what we should add and more about what we should subtract? What if the smarter way to find your happiness is to focus on removing the things that make you unhappy? And the deeper I dive into personal development, the more I realize that the key to finding happiness is often less, not more. It's about discovering the things that are making you miserable and doing your best to eliminate them. And more often than not, those things that make us miserable are often habits, subtle but powerful patterns that we've fallen into, maybe since childhood, that gnaw away at our happiness, day after day, month after month, year after year. So here are 6 of the most common habits I've seen that sabotage our happiness, and some brief thoughts on how to eliminate them. What's up everybody? Tanvir Ahmed here. Welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, happiness is the name of the game. Number 1, worrying about the future and other people's opinion of you. Worrying is the mental habit of trying to solve a problem that either can't be solved or isn't really a problem. It's easy to fall into because it feels productive, like we're at least doing something. It prevents the feeling we hate most of all, helplessness. Worry gives us the illusion of control. But here's the thing, sometimes we are helpless. Sometimes things are bad, or painful, or terrifying, and there's nothing we can do about it. Yes, something terrible could happen to you or people you care about in the future. Yes, some people really, truly, deep down don't like you very much. Worrying about it is denial of reality. It's a demand that everything be the way you want it. It's an attempt to control what is fundamentally outside your control. It's expectations gone wild. Shit happens. People are jerks. Worrying about it won't change anything, but it will lead to a lot of anxiety. Work to become more aware of your habit of worry. Then question it. Am I productively solving a genuine problem? What function does my worry really serve? What benefit does it really give me? Learn to accept the pain of what is and what might be, and let go of your habit of worry and all the anxiety it generates. Number 2, isolating yourself when you're feeling down. I always think it's strange when people say sorry when they tear up or cry while opening up. Why would you apologize for feeling and expressing sadness? I mean, I know the answer, but still, even though I know why, it doesn't stop feeling strange to me that we're ashamed of our emotions and how we feel, and we try to hide them from others, even the people we're closest to. Visibly painful emotions like sadness and fear and frustration help signal to people around us that we're struggling and could use some help or support. You don't need coping strategies when you're sad or discouraged or feeling lonely, paralyzed, or helpless. What you do need are people. You need support. You need someone to give you a hug and listen to your story. While we hide our pain and isolate ourselves, we throw away the most powerful antidepressant known to man, loving support from people who care. So while it's totally natural to hide yourself away and isolate when you're in pain or suffering, do the opposite. Reach out, ask for support, connect. Number 3, keeping quiet and going with the flow. It's true that most people dislike conflict, but that is just because most people don't know that there is a good way to do conflict. Most people hesitate to push back and stand up for ourselves because we're afraid of being perceived as aggressive, pushy, or rude. So we default to being passive, accepting, quiet, and generally going with the flow, which usually just means being a doormat. But there's a middle road between being a passive doormat and being an aggressive or passive-aggressive bully. You can be assertive. Assertiveness means standing up for your own needs wants, and values. It means asking for what you want and saying no to what you don't want in a way that's clear, respectful, and honest. And assertiveness is a skill anyone can learn. The road to genuine self-esteem, confidence, and self-respect is assertiveness. It's the willingness to align your actions with your values no matter the circumstances. Number 4, talking trash to yourself in your head. Everybody has self-talk, that running commentary that goes on in your head about everything from what shoes to wear and why, to what your boss's new secretary thinks about your new haircut. It's our inner narrator who constantly describes the story of our life as it unfolds. Unfortunately, many of us aren't very aware of our self-talk and have a very negative and judgmental style of self-talk. Think about it. If you talk to other people the way you talk to yourself, you'd probably have 0 friends, no jobs, and multiple warrants out for your arrest. The reason we all have such harsh and negative self-talk is because we were taught as children that being tough on yourself was motivating and the best way to get yourself disciplined and get stuff done. But the truth is, it's not. Even if you are the kind of person who's been reasonably disciplined and successful in your pursuits, it's probably despite your negative self-talk, not because of it. So if negative self-talk isn't motivating, what function does it serve? Nothing good, but it will function to make you depressed, anxious, chronically guilty, and eventually hopeless. You've had the same self-talk program running in the background of your operating system since you were 5. Might be time for an update. Number 5, trying to manage your stress. The biggest lie we've all been told about chronic stress is that you need to get better at managing it. Why is this a lie? Stress management is actually a pretty terrible solution to the problem of chronic stress. Because, to point out what should be obvious, you're already stressed. Stress management is a band-aid. It's treating the symptoms, which is fine as a last resort, but it's a terrible overall strategy because it distracts us from thinking carefully about the true cause of our stress, the stressors. The stressor is the thing that causes a stress response. If you're constantly stressed, the long-term solution is to fix the original cause of the stress, the stressor, and not the feeling, the stress response. Stress is not the problem. It is the constant flood of stressors in your life that is making you miserable. There's nothing objectively wrong with traditional stress management techniques like deep breathing or mindfulness. The problem is the habit of thinking about chronic stress only in terms of how we feel, the stress response. In reality, the far more important part of the equation is the stressors that are causing the stress in the first place. Number 6, believing your own thoughts unconditionally. What's so special about your thoughts? Seriously, why do you give so much respect and authority and meaning to everything that pops into your mind? The idea jumped into your head that your coworker thinks you're lazy. So what? Does that mean anything? Is the fact that you had a thought about that idea a genuine evidence that it's true? Does it mean you have social anxiety? Is it just another sign that you have low self-esteem and need to get in to see a shrink immediately? No. Maybe they do think you're lazy, but the fact that you had a thought about it doesn't make it any more or any less likely. But guess what? If every time thoughts like that pop into your mind, you give them tons of attention, exert lots of mental energy over them, and read into them all sorts of deep, weighty meaning, you're teaching your own mind to throw more of those thoughts at you. Remember, your thoughts aren't special, and a lot of them are actively detrimental if you maintain a habit of always giving them tons of attention and respect. Cultivate a healthy skepticism of your own thoughts. Learn to let them be, and you'll be happier for it. So here's all you need to know. Let go of the habit of worry. Let go of the habit of isolation. Let go of the habit of going with the flow. Let go of the habit of trash talking yourself. Let go of the habit of stress management. Let go of the habit of engaging all your thoughts. Let go of the habits keeping you unhappy, and you won't have to worry about finding happiness. Happiness will have found you. That's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you liked it. Hit that like button if you did, subscribe, and hit the bell if you haven't already. And I will see you in the next one. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, I don't know how obvious it is, but I have a cold, and I've had this cold for the last 4 days, I think, 4 days, and it's annoying. I have this cough in my throat. It's very annoying, just giving me a really bad taste. It sucks. And it's kind of difficult for me to talk as well, but I mean, I wish I didn't have to record a video while having a cough in my throat, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Because if I didn't record this video, I probably wouldn't even be able to record a video for this week, which is terrible. Which I can't do that to you guys, because you're obviously counting on me to make weekly videos, not daily videos. I wish I could make daily videos. That'd be good. Should I make daily videos? I mean, I don't know why I'm even asking you this. It's gonna be really hard for me to make daily videos, because now even harder, because I got into a job 2 months, 3 months, 2.5 months, 2.5 months ago. Let's see where it goes.